What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the Independent Ryderz. We got the Independent Ryderz in the green room. We have a special guest today, Paulie from Bagger Syndicate Cycles. Man, this is my favorite clothing company right here. It is a movement, and best of all, he has the best-looking chicks promoting it. What's up, Paulie?
Good, thanks, Hollywood.
And you said up in Buffalo right now, it's windier than hell.
Windier is all hell. 70-mile-an-hour gusty winds. Everything's closed down. Airport's closed down. So a little bit of a local state of emergency going on.
Man, I hope you guys are safe. I know that stuff in Kentucky was real scary.
Yeah. Nothing like that here, but some major gusts. So we haven't had gusts like this in a long time.
Right. Now, you guys, Bagger Syndicate Cycle, you're always asking me where I'm getting all these hats from. I get them through Bagger Syndicate Cycle. They are home to the fucker hat, man.
That's right.
You can see right now, Paulie wearing one. So what's the movement all about?
Well, how this started was kind of just, we used to have fun with all the bike events. We used to always make something to give out to grab attention and do things. So, one of our trips, we decided to put fucker on the hats, and it just took off. And we started giving them to the bartenders. Next thing we know is I got just hundreds of people asking me where do we get the hats from. So let's throw a website together, put it out there, and then we started making different logos, and it just snowballed. So every event we go to, we try to make new logos, try to hit some of the big bike events across the country. And it goes well. I mean, it pretty much sells itself. I mean, if you wear it, people are going to come up to you and ask you, where the hell you got that hat from? So it goes over good with the bartenders, any kind of bike event, tattoos, cowboys, anything like that, anything crazy, people like it.
Right. Now, what kind of products you got? You got anything with you?
Yeah, we got, obviously it's the hats and t-shirts. We get, if you get on our website, which is www.baggersyndicatcycles.com. We have a slew of t-shirts, hats, bandanas, sweatshirts. I just made some yoga pants for women. They're pretty cool. And we also have another line coming out called Fucker Apparel, and which is pretty cool. So I made the Fucker Apparel line. It's just different logos and stuff like that. So it's the girls. It's kind of the only thing I did for the girls for yoga pants. It's kind of got the logo going down the leg, and it's so far it's getting a lot of attention. So
Rock on.
I don't have any yoga pants with me here, but different shirts, and obviously
I don't think you look good in yoga pants, Paul.
No, not me, not at all. But many hats. So the hats are going good. The Fuck You Biden hat's big. Obviously, the Fucker hat is the original. But it's good. We got Fuck You, Cupcake, and everything. And we're still in one of the best areas with that number there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That in there.
Fucking
actually, the shirt I'm wearing is Bagger King shirt, so those are new right there. So those are selling pretty good too.
Oh, that's badass right there, man.
Yeah, King of the Baggers. I got a couple different logos we do. We try to do a couple a year, so it's going well. It's all on the internet. The internet's getting. I'm sorry, that's on the website. The website is getting redone. So in the next few months, we'll have a new website up and going. A lot more product on there.
Did it take you by surprise that the website and going through the internet and all the sales you started making, did it surprise you when it's taken off?
Social media has surprised me. Facebook has surprised me because I wasn't, when I had my restaurant, I just had the name up there. And I used to hide behind the name of the restaurant. I never really put my name out there. So then when Facebook made us, everyone had to have a picture to the name. So I had to get rid of the name of the restaurant, put my name on there. So that's how all the pages had to be. So it's really hard. I mean, I have one business page that says Bagger Syndicate Cycles, but the other two pages pretty much have my name on it. But it's still, when you go to it, it still has Bagger Syndicate Cycles. But I'm very surprised how much business and just people see it all across the world.
Now, you've been sending stuff all over the world, huh?
Everywhere. I mean, we get I literally almost I've sent every country almost. Sometimes they throw me curveballs, and it's like, man, I've never sent it there, so I have to go check on the shipping. Japan, Switzerland, all kinds of Sweden. I've had them all over the place. It's funny.
I'm gonna have to contract you out to doing
something. That took 3 months to get there, and I'm like, man, apologies. I said, that's not me. That's just that's the fucking mail system.
Right. I'm gonna have to contract you out to do insane throttle stuff, man. Shit.
And lately too, which is kind of neat, is like I said, I had TikTok app on my phone, but I never really paid attention. I strolled through it, and then one of my buddies who he sells bulldogs, the Miyagi ones, Big Mike's bullies, and he does a ton of videos, and he travels to different dog shows with these dogs, and he breeds them. And he showed me how to do the TikTok video. I'm only doing like some of these videos in the last 2 weeks, and it's already shit. If you look at the numbers, it's unbelievable how many likes and friends I've got in the last 2 weeks.
Well, TikTok is the new platform, man. It's the new YouTube. Everybody's over there.
I mean, literally every day when I open it takes me like 5 or 10 minutes to follow back or just to see, holy shit, how many new people are getting on the page.
Mm-hmm. Now, China, if you're in the chat room, what's your TikTok? What's your at for your TikTok, Paulie?
Oh, Bagger Syndicate Cycles. I'm sorry.
China, put that in there. TikTok is Bagger Syndicate Cycle. I'm talking to one of my moderators.
Yeah,
that way they know.
I just try to put a video in the morning and a video at night up, and you add music to it and you have a little fun with it.
Right. What kind of videos are you doing on it, man? Because
I
just
some old stuff in there. I have some good stuff in there, but the first couple I put on there, I mean, I don't know, I got censored, and I don't know why. There was no nudity, but they were knocking me off until I started putting more videos on there, like just people talking and just pictures of hats and everything. And then it started to go smooth. And I just put like a girl dancing from Bike Week up there, and it stayed up there. So I don't really know what they're looking for when they call it community guidelines that I'm so-called going against, but I'm clueless. There's no nudity or anything, so I don't know what they're looking for.
Welcome to the censorship era, man. Welcome to the censorship era. Now you go down to Daytona. Did you go out to Phoenix last year?
Yeah, I go out to Phoenix Bike Week every year, which is a blast. I mean, it's one of my favorite ones. I mean, only because it's not a real long one. It's really only a weekend long bike week, but the weather's perfect. The riding is good. And, last year wasn't that great because of COVID, but they still get a lot of people in the surrounding area. So you get everyone from California, Utah, and it's a good time. I really like Arizona.
Now, what's your 2022 schedule? What do you get? What
Daytona for sure, Arizona, and then I'm not sure after that. I mean, I'd like to get out to Sturgis, but I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes.
Right,
smaller bike events around me. We always try to do, but Daytona for sure because that was good for us last year. Arizona was good, and Sturgis I'd love to. We just got to figure out how with the planning of things.
Right. Well, with their taxes and stuff. Are you looking to get inside Sturgis?
That's another thing. See, Daytona, I have a buddy that we might team up with and get a tent there at Rossmeyer's place. That was I think that's the best place to be set up for Daytona. A lot of people coming through there,
Right.
I have another buddy that's going to storefront right on Main Street. Wouldn't be bad either. So those would be good for Daytona. But Sturgis, everything's so far apart though. Everything's spread apart. So this year for Daytona. I put dates on our Facebook pages where we're going to be in each bar and set up. So that gave everyone, okay, on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, we'll be set up here, here, and here. And then people kind of know where we're at for 5 or 6 hours,
Right. Now, what? You're only doing it 5 hours at a time, or you're just going to stay?
Yeah, I mean, there's some bars we stayed at shorter. And then if we moved, I always post it because people say, hey, where are you? And then we left there and went to another place. So I would just post, we're at... where we I'm trying to think where we were on Main Street for most of the time because we knew a few of the bartenders, so we just stayed put. And I just kept on posting. People would see it and they just come over to us right there at the bar.
Well, Daytona's a blast, man. I've been there a lot. It is a blast.
Dirty Harry's. I'm sorry. That's where we set up for
Dirty Harry's. Rock on. You get some broads, man, that can model. Let me tell you, man. What's up with you, man? It's not like
what? That's they love the hat, so they attract it. So we just a lot of times I give them away, and they want to model for us. So that's a good thing.
I was gonna say you're not that good looking of a guy, man. I don't know how you
have to get that much. That's for sure. But you also have a lot of friends across the country that work in different places, and I send them a lot of the clothes to wear, and it gets attention. and they're always sending me videos back and TikTok videos, and I post them if they're if I can. Some I can't.
Right. Now, black, you got other colors as well, so people
Yeah,
know.
we just mostly just black and red, and I don't get into it because it's all white lettering we do. So it's just I stick to the most powerful colors, and it goes well.
Now, you said it's a movement on your website. It's about partying, beer, broads, and having
Yeah,
fun.
we do a little everything. I got a whole crew of guys from Florida, South Florida that I run with, and we go together and we have it's always a crew. So no matter where we go, it's a constant party. So I don't always have to do all the work. I can just sit back and either take pictures or just have fun drinking. And the clothes sell themselves, and with everyone wearing them, all my buddies, it's always a party wherever we go.
Right.
Strip
Now,
clubs, it's easy going. We walk in there, the girls always want the hats. It's a no brainer.
Right.
You start giving them out. Next thing you know, you got tons of videos and pictures that last you for the whole year. You just got to figure out what you can put on Facebook without getting kicked off.
What's the most fun about being a vendor at these rallies?
Actually, the best part is like the people you meet. I love them. I've met so many people over the years. It's tons of contacts from East Coast to West Coast. So some great friends. I've been, met them once, and we stay in contact. And that's the best part. I mean, that's the best part about all this stuff is it brings people together.
Rock on. When are you going to start doing some Midwest stuff?
I know. I'd like to. You know what? This year we met a crew from Chicago in Daytona, and they want us to. Well, they wanted me to come down for Oktoberfest, which I couldn't make, but we're gonna try to get together and do like a little. They keep telling me to come up to Chicago somewhere, so whatever. Maybe I'll pick up some kind of bike event up there, and we'll come up there.
Awesome.
Well,
I'm going to bring in independent riders and let them ask you some questions. I know they're looking forward to it. We actually got Danny who figured it out. We got Paulie, guys, from Bagger Syndicate Cycles. Great hats, good stuff. You know what, Paulie? Maybe you can answer this question for Bedlam. He wonders why we flip up the hats all the time.
I came. It started like that, and I don't even know. Now it's everyone's got it like that. So I started putting the logos under there, and that just made it even more interesting to have it under there. But I'm not sure where it started, but I followed suit.
It started in the West Coast.
It probably did.
Midwest. Well, we got Danny on. Bedlam, we're going to start with you. Go ahead with your question to Paulie. Let's get this round table going.
How you doing, Danny?
What up, man?
How you doing?
Bedlam, take a drink because your mic's off. Every time they don't have their mic on, they got to drink. Go ahead, Beth. Your question.
All right. You still have your restaurants, Paulie?
No, I retired 2 years ago from the restaurant business.
Okay.
But I'm still doing a lot.
There's my one question. I was just curious if you still had them, because I was good. I love restaurants, man. Riding around. That's biker thing right there.
Yes, sir.
Beer and food.
That's it. I'm a huge foodie. I love food.
Yeah.
You still got your catering business, Paulie?
Yep.
What's your catering business?
I got a couple coming up next week, and so that's been going good. It's just I always had a good reputation with the food, so it depends on what you want. There's some things that I can't take because people ask me certain things, and I just can't do it. I'm not big enough, but I try to do as much as I can.
Let me guess, you got a lot of Italian.
A lot, yeah, of course. Well, meatballs are my forte, so you gotta love meatballs, So.
Danny, you're up.
What up, though?
How you doing, Danny?
So do you build bikes, or just a clothing thing?
We do. Me and my buddy Tinker. I mean, my buddy is the how this started was. I do have a business card, and we do the basic stuff. We don't get too crazy into stretches or big wheel baggers. It's more of a performance. So between the motor and suspension work, we do a lot of that stuff. But my buddy does all that, so I hand that off to him. So if I get stuff through our pages and everything, I let him do it. He does it out of his garage. So it's we're more just around our area than I try to. I mean, when we go to Daytona or anything like that, I don't even bother with that because if knock yourself out bringing bikes out there, you're spinning your wheels. I make more money in t-shirts and hats than I would ever in making the bikes or selling parts.
Oh, okay, so you just do clothing, apparel, and stuff
Just a
like
clothes
that. Then.
chair, but we do some small stuff. I mean, if someone calls us and we can do it, like I said, my buddy's good at it.
Right.
And we've been doing it for a while. But
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if you like had a motorcycle
yeah,
shop
a lot of
or
local stuff. We help
like,
a lot of local people out, but nothing on the national level or try to make your money, pushing it at Daytona or Sturgis, set up a shop like
Right.
stuff like that.
You're doing it old school, man.
Right
You got out of the garage where we
That's
all.
it, baby. Yep, we just all our friends know, people we know in the area. We try to, everyone there knows that you're gonna get your beat up if you go to the local Harley dealer.
Danny EA Sams asked you to share your YouTube channel in the chat room. J-Man, you up with Paulie?
Hey, Paul, you're the.
I don't know how.
How you doing, Jamie?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
You're the second. You're the second person that's been on the show that hasn't been sitting on their bike. What kind of bike do you have, and what is it a Bagger?
Yeah, well, I'm a big road glide fan, so I have a few road glides that I ride all the time.
Okay.
So
Road gliding, huh?
Yeah, I'm a road glide. I had a street glide. I mean, I have 5 bikes, so the road glides are the ones I ride all the time. My newest one's an 18. It's all done up. I have a 13 also. They're both CVOs. They're nice bikes. I mean, but we ride them. I mean, we go on a couple of big trips a year. I mean, we put the miles on them. So it's tough to have certain bikes. If you're going to travel on them, it's got to be comfortable.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't see, going too far on a super glide. My ass would fucking kill me.
I rode from Ohio to Daytona on a 700 Suzuki, so I can pour on anything.
There you go. Nice.
Greystar, you're up.
Yeah, I was on your website checking out your hats and stuff, and I noticed all the sayings that you can get. I was wondering if you could do custom stuff.
We do custom. I'm glad you asked that question because I try to help people out all the time, and mostly it's inboxing or messenger because I get a lot of requests. They'll fill out the website sheet and then they'll put their own name in there, and I'm like, wow, I always got to tell them. I said, we can do custom hats, but it's a lot more money because you have to. When we buy my logos, I buy by the hundreds, which makes it cheaper to make the hats.
Right.
So if you have to make one hat, like perfect example, I got one today. The guy puts fucker in there for one hat, and then in the section of the option, he goes, "Do you squirt?" He wants the logo on the hat. So I have his number, so I message him. I say, "But I said we got fucker." I said, "But do you squirt's not in the logos?" I said, "We have some other vulgar ones." I said, So he goes, "Oh, okay, sorry." I told him how much it was to do a new hat, and he just opted to pick another logo out of our list of logos.
All right. Cool.
I need a Danny D'Lo one pronto.
It can be done. There's no doubt. I mean, people have want one of a kind hats, and then if you do something like that, you'll be the only one that'll have a certain logo underneath that hat.
Now, do you do business, Paulie? Say for if Insane Throttle wanted to order through you.
Yeah, I could definitely help you out if you want to come up with a certain logo or Insane Throttle. That might that's a little too long to have underneath the brim. But if you had a signature name or something you wanted to put under, Hollywood would definitely fit under there.
There you go.
But we did a club's hats, and it's funny because East Coast Syndicate, they're out of New York there somewhere, and they saw my hats and they wanted Syndicate, and I said, "Well, shit, I got that already." So I sent them like 20. It just says Syndicate underneath the hat, 20 of them.
Right.
But
do you catch hell from anybody else about your hats?
Just the red ones from my area. My boys bust my stones
yeah.
once in a while. One particular you had on your show. So Tommy bust my balls.
Tommy put a bunch of balls on that one.
So he always says, he goes, "Can I buy all the red ones and get rid of them?"
It'd be a good bonfire.
He teases me. He goes, "You know what? Red and white mixed together. What color that makes?"
Pink.
Pink. That's what he always says to me. So then he's him and some of the guys bust my stones, but they know it's a business and they know where my loyalty lies. So I don't have too much trouble.
Right. Bedlam, what's up? You got another one?
No,
Bedlam's
man. I'm lost.
Bedlam.
I'm lost on these fucking hats, dude. I understand what the word where you explained to me earlier about it, man. But it's just the whole flip fucking thing just throws me off. I just don't
Yeah, I
understand
know.
it.
We can.
I'm old. I'm fucking old. I'm old school. That's all it is. I just don't understand the motherfucker.
You know what? I did do some ones we did on the crown of the hats. It's just a little tricky putting it on there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, what I told them was when you flip them up and when you're on the bike and you put it backwards, the wind actually pushes the hat down. Where
You're right. You're right.
You don't lose your hat that way. In Bedlam, you're always wearing a helmet, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Danny,
I always wear my hat forward.
Danny, you're up.
I don't even know what else to say, dude. To be honest, I just want a Danny D'Lo hat.
I'll talk to Hollywood.
I just want a Danny D'Lo hat. That's all I'm saying.
I'll get you guys some hats. I'll make some special ones up for you guys. Everyone can have their own
Nice.
special logo.
Oh yeah.
Danny
What
just
go?
came off of the merchandise.
Actually, the D-Lo would look good underneath the hat.
Hell yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, so would Bedlam.
We can do that too. That's a good one. That'll fit underneath the hat.
Nah, bro, you're already hating on the hats. You don't get a hat, dude.
Hey, bro. That's fucked up, man.
What do you got, J-Man?
I
Can you
can
get it
flip,
put on
dude.
that?
I can flip.
You know, I have been putting the logos on I've sold a bunch of shirts and sweatshirts, and people wanted the "fuck you Biden" on the sweatshirts and T-shirts. So, you know, it's a curved logo, but they can still go on a
Well,
T-shirt.
can you get it put on this part of the bill?
I have done a few like that. It just has to be, you know, obviously the logo has to be reversed.
Right.
Can you get
Hey,
something that
you
says
said that you're on
PC ass
TikTok,
hat?
right?
What's that?
You said that you're on TikTok, Paul?
Yeah, we just started 2 weeks ago. I got a bunch of videos on there. They're kind of neat.
Okay.
And,
What's your name on there?
Bagger Syndicate Cycles.
Bagger Syndicate Cycles? All right,
Yeah.
I'll have to check you out, man. I'm Danny
some
D'Lo
neat stuff
everywhere,
on there.
so.
And, I try to pick up new stuff every once a week. Try to get something.
Right. Yeah, you got to keep the flow going on there.
Well, once summer gets here and we get some of the events, I'll start saving some of the videos, and then that's where you'll see the girls from the event.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I'll have to hit you up when we get off of here. I'm Danny D'Lo out.
Yeah,
on TikTok and everywhere.
The Facebook, both of my Facebook pages, you'll see when you go to one, it'll have my name and it'll have a catering symbol on it. That's my personal one. And then the other one with my name on it, it'll say Home of the Bagger Syndicate Cycles page. That's mostly the Bagger page.
Right.
I just had, when it started off with Facebook years ago, I just had the Bagger Syndicate Cycles on there. And then those sons of bitches made me put a name to it. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah, change the name.
Yep. So that's why I'm hardly on Facebook anymore, man. The other platforms are a little better, not as censored, but they all are.
You know what? I keep Facebook just for my personal page. Like I don't create on there. I won't even use Facebook for anything, man. It's
I try to.
Too much of a pain in the
get
ass.
kicked off all the time, so now I have to be. To make sure I get people's messages, I have to be careful what I put on there so I don't get kicked off.
Yep.
But now, a lot of censorship.
Final question for you, Paulie. Where do you want to take this? Do you want it to be an international brand, the Bagger Syndicate Cycles?
To be honest with you, a little bit bigger than what I'm doing would be nice. I know a lot to. I mean, no one wants to be. I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to be too big. If it goes that way, that's fine. But I'm retired, so this is kind of just keeps me occupied, and we have fun with it. I don't want to. I don't want to take the fun out of it. That becomes a major job.
Right.
We still like to go to all the events. I like giving shit out and having fun with everyone. It creates a party everywhere we go. We start handing out T-shirts and hats, and it just creates a party.
Yeah, I've heard of you guys for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've done a lot of the events, and the first few years, I didn't sell them. I was just making shit up and giving it out to have fun.
Hey, so the hat that you send me, I'd like for you to send me the red and white one. Just saying.
You suck. Fucking suck.
I can send you a red and white one. You might catch some flag there.
Well, we just lost some
I'll
viewers.
take one of each, actually, because you're damn right. You're damn straight. I will get flack out here.
Hey, that blue look good on you, though, homie.
Yeah.
Well, That is
I got a navy blue. It almost looks like a black, so you'd be kind of stuck in the middle a little bit.
there you
Cool. I'll take that.
we'll just start calling you Pinky, man.
Yeah, what I started doing too is because we're in Buffalo, I was making some Bill's Mafia hats, but then they just got they sold that name, so I was getting a little nervous. I didn't want to get jammed up.
They really
Right.
sold that name.
Yeah, they sold that name for big bucks.
Wow.
So I think the Bills actually own that name now. Before some guys owned it, so now I think the Buffalo Bills actually own the Bills Mafia name.
Wow.
Right.
Really?
Well, we're going to go into our next segment if you want to stick around, Paul. If not, it was awesome having you
I
on.
appreciate,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, man.
I appreciate. My voice is shot. I got a cold. I apologize, guys. So,
No, you're
It's
good.
all good, man.
You're good,
Good
man.
meeting you, Paul.
but all you guys, I'm on Facebook. Reach out to me, and that way I get to meet everyone on Facebook and Messenger or something. I'd love to send all you guys a hat.
All right, we'll do.
Right on, man. Yeah, all
Cool.
good, for sure.
Everybody, this is where I get my hats from. Would you guys stop asking? It's right here, BaggerSyndicate.com. You don't have to keep every time I wear your hats on air. Where do I get one? It's Bagger
Appreciate,
Syndicate.
yeah, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, yoga pants for the women. So we've got all kinds of muscle shirts for the girls too. So a little bit of everything. But like I said, the hats are the big seller and good for Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers, stuff
Hell
like
yeah. Hell yeah.
What's
Right
the
on, man.
latest that you are taking orders for Christmas right now?
that. The weight
To
you
make
said?
sure make sure you get it there for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't give you. We're pretty backed up right now, so anything coming in now, probably not to be after Christmas because we are backed up. And my hats were sitting out on some ship for the last 4 weeks out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
You know.
That, something right there.
Yeah, exactly. So that jammed me up for a long time. I couldn't get. For some reason, just like everything else, there's a shortage on black fucking hats. Who would have thought?
Right.
Right.
Well,
The red ones, man. I'm telling you.
that should tell you something. There's a shortage on black, but not red. But anyway, if you guys out there want to see some fine ass broads, go over to the TikTok Bagger Syndicate Cycle. I always love their models, man. I really do. But thanks for being on the show, Paulie. Hopefully, it's helped you out a little bit. The replays and all that good stuff.
Appreciate it.
Everybody on.
And we also have on the Facebook page. It's called the Biker page, which is also a lot of pictures of our hats with girls. So that's a whole separate business. It's a page. It's called Biker page. So there's a lot of our pictures on there also.
All right,
You
cool.
got to send me all these links, man, so I had to
Yeah,
post
we got like 4 or 5 different pages, so you'll come across them when you're strolling.
Rock on.
Right
Okay,
on.
Paulie, appreciate having you on, man. We're gonna
Hey,
go.
guys, thank you, and hope to hear from you. Like I said, I'll get those hats out to you.
Cool.
Talk to you later,
Good.
Paul.
Right on, man. Much
All right,
respect.
Paul.
Guys, good night.
Yep.
See
Later,
you.
man.
Thank you.
All righty, we're back with our independent riders. Going to go into our segments right now. Hey, Danny, man, it's better late than never. You about time figured that shit out. You and this freaking technology, man. What's up with you?
Dude, when I hit the link, it won't let me go in. So I got to go through my internet browser to go in.
Oh, you're using an what is it? You using an Apple, man?
No, I'm on Android.
Oh, you're on Android, man. That's fucked up.
It still keeps giving me shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? But I
Dude.
finally got it figured out.
Oh, hey, our first segment, we're going to talk to get Bedlam out there, and we'll get the thoughts of everybody. What do you got today, Bedlam? You know, you're into all the customization and all that good stuff. That's that segment. Let's hit it.
All right, we're going to start off with the planting of the seed, man. Where, when the new guy goes out, new rider, buys his new bike, all right, first thing he wants to do somebody puts it in his ear, what you gonna do with it? Yeah, you know. First thing they want to do is start changing out handlebar seats and everything. You know, go from there. But the real key, the real aspect of any bike is always the paint. Everybody knows this. Always the paint job. So, I mean, let's see. When it comes to the persona of anybody's bike, that's their personality. It's their, that's just them. They're going to change it their way, period. So, I mean, with a lot of research and so forth, anybody can do whatever they want to their bike, but it's just making sure they do it right and correct. Having that. Go ahead, J-Man.
Don't you think a lot of people like the bike the way the paint looks from the factory?
I don't.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, you're right.
The new Ryderz do. The new Ryderz
I will say it. Yeah, but over time, I guarantee you, they're going to change it. Eventually, they will change that bike into their own way.
Until their old lady finds out how much that shit costs.
Well, that's when you're spending. That's when you're spending that college tuition on your kids.
Unless you're Danny, man, you get the bike and you automatically go cholo, man. You had that badass bike. I gotta admit, Danny has some freaking kick-ass ideals on his bikes, and I'm really into the West Coast cholos and stuff. But I think I got to an age where, like the Dyna, I was like, you know what, screw this. Everything's fucking fine with it. I'm not wasting money, and I'm just doing me.
Well, you don't even have to have a full paint job, man. Even just a simple pinstripe.
Yeah, you know what? Last time you saw me in Hollywood, I think I had that Cholo Softail, right?
Yeah,
the green one.
Yeah, you had the Cholos.
Yeah, I thought so.
Go ahead, J-Man.
I was just gonna say, if I'm rebuilding the bike from scratch, totally taking it all apart, yeah, I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna paint it my color. You're right. But the Harley that I own, if I did take it apart, it would go back the same green that it is. Because I love that color.
But you would not. You're trying to tell me you would never add anything to it?
Oh, I've added stuff to it. Yeah, I've added stickers to it. I mean, I've got all stickers.
He's adding stickers to his bike, guys. All right, well, I'm going to go to the
Hey, man,
25-cent machine and get you some more stickers for your bike, okay?
Send them my way. Send them my way. I'll put them all over it.
I've seen cats get a used bike, and 2 weeks later, that shit is rattle can flat black, and it still looks bitching.
Hey, we were poor back in the day, man. We didn't have the money for that shit.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've seen some, even with aerosol cans, if you know what the hell you're doing with a spray can, you can pull off some shit. Okay?
Oh, that's how I painted my shovel head, and it looked pretty good for a while until I spilled gas on it.
Yeah, it was over with. You didn't put enough clear coat.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to say my favorite paint is lowrider style. Lowrider style paint, man, it's intricate. There's a lot of heart behind that paint. So I got to give,
all the murals and all that.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Actually, a friend of ours, I bought a Ford Ranger that was a lowrider, and it had some beautiful paint on the hood. I should have never got rid of that fucking truck. But anyway, I just like the heart that some of these painters put into it. You can see the love for their craft in it.
You know who the guy was that painted that truck, right?
Who?
That was a good brother of mine, painter.
Oh, yeah?
Mike the painter.
Oh, okay. Badass, man.
Yeah, he was out of Chicago, man. When I met him when I was a little kid, dude, I met him. He was in an alley painting fucking badass lowrider graphics on a Buick Regal. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's airbrushing graphics on the whole side of the car. And it wasn't even dry yet. And then we took it to World on Wheels and won first place with it. Dude was a badass painter. He still is.
I'm talking when this was old school lowrider. This is Cheech and Chong stuff. They had fur in this mother.
I know whose truck you got. I remember that truck.
Hey,
but I'm into.
I follow a few Cholo female riders out in Cali. I'm gonna hit them up. Maybe we can get them on a show sometime.
Rock on.
Talk about where they got their paint jobs and stuff.
Well, besides the paint job, the culture surrounding the lowrider, car, truck, and bike scene, because the bikes are being done that way too. The whole culture behind it, the 50, 60, I always listen. Yeah, I have the rock station stuff, but I love listening to the 50s and shit. It has more soul, I think.
Oldies, man.
But it has a
golden oldies, baby.
Different feel around it. Where do you think we would all fit in as far as if somebody talked about Bedlam, our culture? Is it more of the chopper, go out there, bare bones type of deal, paint? Yeah, but
you don't have. That's the problem with today's culture and the youngsters. You don't have them going out doing that. They won't. It's that mentality of I got to work shit. They don't want to. I mean, I have yet to meet anybody under the age of 25 that would even attempt to buy a used bike or even put one together.
To work on a used bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd rather either have it done for them or, into that nature, or fork out the money to have it done.
By the way, China or any of my moderators, I got to make more of you guys. Put in Graystar, Danny Delo's, Bedlam's, and J-Man's channels.
Thank you so much, China doll.
And J-Man,
I don't know how.
J-Man, if you didn't notice, China did say, she did mention she's got some scratch and sniff stickers for you.
EA Sam's, he's riding a 03 Night Train. He boarded out to 1550, but now he's looking for a good set of hard bags to use. Any ideas?
I would check out Viking bags.
Yeah, Viking bags. That's what I was going to say. That's if he's, but they got a lot of, isn't that the leather ones? Or do they have the hard?
They have hard ones too. I've had some.
Yeah. Okay.
I had some on my 07 Softail.
Yeah, Viking bags is good.
What I liked about Danny's Green Monster, man, he had the whole flow on the bags as well, on the hard bags.
Yeah.
Who did that paint job?
A guy out of Milwaukee. He did the metal flake and all the paint job in it. And then I did the sound system on it. And all the chrome and everything pretty much was done when I got the bike. I actually traded a 2007 Ultra for that bike. And I had it for, I don't know, I had it for like maybe about a year, and then I got rid of it. You know me, I don't keep bikes very much, but yeah, it was. Yeah, I buy and sell. But the bike I got now, it ain't going nowhere. That bike's staying here. I love that bike. But
what do you got now?
05 Electric Glide with a lot done. Motor.
We got Shaggy in the house.
Yeah, I got motor work. I got Primo Rivera 6-speed tranny, 21-inch front, matching 18 rear, Yaffe bars, fender, pretty big sound system, a lot of motor work done. I mean, it's simple, but if you know about some shit and you look at it, you're like, ooh, there's some stuff done. You know what I mean? But pretty simple. But I got the digital gauges that I absolutely love. I'll never ride a bike without digital gauges again.
Graystar, do you think the West Coast Cholo style is what is in style right now with the younger generation? Or do you think because it used to be the big wheel bagger, do you think it actually go back to bare bones like something Indian Larry made?
I don't think we'll ever get back to that. But West Coast wise, yeah, that Cholo style is what's happening. The big wheel bagger stuff, I think that's all Florida kind of stuff now, man.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion.
The big wheel bagger stuff is more it depends on the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got certain races that are all about the big wheel baggers, and they're more new guys. They're not bikers. They're not even really riders, to be honest. I mean, some are. Don't get me wrong. I ain't dissing them, but I love big wheel baggers, by the way. But The Cholo scene. Yeah, that's always going to be Cali and West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like that. But I think the new generation now, they like more like not really a crotch rocket, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rockets.
I think Buell.
You know, like
They
the Pan America stuff like that. The Buells. Yeah, they're more into that. They're more into the speed and performance.
I think Harley screwed up and put out the Buell too soon. Now would be a perfect time for it.
Right. You know what? I
Buell's
screwed up.
probably
Yeah.
coming back out anyway. They're still around.
I should have had Shaggy on because he's a mechanic, and he works on a lot of the old Ironheads and stuff like that. I should have had him on. Shit. That would have been
get his ass on here real quick.
Get your ass on here, Shaggy.
Come on, Shaggy, bring that ass, boy.
You out there, Shaggy?
Yeah,
Come on,
Shaggy.
Uncle Shag.
Somebody send him the link in your phones, will you? I just think you're right. I think it's the whatever generation you are. I think. Well, take trikes for example, man. We used to love the old Volkswagen ones, and they used to be like 20 feet long.
Yeah,
And
a beer keg for the gas can.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now you got what are they called, spiders or whatever, or you buy these
The Can-Ams.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I got a funny story, dude. So my brother-in-law bought one. He's not real. He had a stroke, so he's not really. He's never been a good rider, to be really quite frank. But so he really can't hold up a bike and stuff like that. So him and my sister bought a Can-Am, and dude, man, he was like, "Oh, you know, take it for a ride, take it for a ride." And I'm like, "I ain't riding that fucking thing, dude." And I just wasn't gonna ride it, you know. So I'm like, "All right, whatever. I'll get on it. I'll take a ride on it." I gotta be honest, I had a blast on the freaking thing, dude. Like it was a lot of fun. It was like riding a four-wheeler, basically.
Right.
What
What about you, Jay, man? You're
Well,
over here
course,
shaking your head like shit.
As far as those big baggers, those big wig wheel baggers, the people who own them, they did not build those bikes.
Hell no, those
No.
are the type that trailer it to Sturgis.
Yeah.
Ah, you know what?
They
I
did
know
not build
some
those
guys
bikes,
that run big
and
wheel
they ride
baggers
them down a
that
block.
ride.
Not all. We can't stereotype all of them, but for the most
I'm
part,
just saying.
they're the ones that
90%.
trailer the bike to the rallies.
I just never got
yeah.
them. Never did. I never got the look. I never got the style. Maybe, because I'm more into the bare bones type of bikes. I just never got it.
To me, there's nothing better than an ape with a soft tail slammed to the ground with apes on it, no windshield, just cruise.
Right.
You know what? I used to believe that. Well, shit, I had it up until last year because that's all I used to ride was ape hangers.
You
But
had the Fat Boy, right?
yeah, I had the Fat Boy beamed out with 18s and 4-inch risers. But at the time, as you get older, your arms start getting screwed up. But there's nothing better than that look because ape hangers, it used to be a lot more comfortable for me than what it is now because of the long rides. Your arms are just out, you're relaxed, you're enjoying it. But now I just can't do the ape hangers. But you do them still, don't you, Danny?
Oh yeah. I'll always have apes on my bikes, man.
Hey,
I can't.
D-Lo, does your bike
cannot.
now have cruise control?
No, I don't have cruise control.
I've never owned a bike that has cruise control.
You know what?
I
I had a 07 Ultra that had cruise control, and honestly, I used it like maybe 2 or 3 times, man. I never. That was just too bougie for me.
I've had brothers that we go on a ride and they put their cruise control on, but I'll hit 90 and pass them up because their cruise control stops at like 85 or 86.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a fan of the cruise control personally. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, I don't need it. I mean, I'm old school, man. I twist my shit real quick, lock my throttle down, and I'm straight, man. I'm going down the road for a while, when I need to get my arm a break.
If I had cruise control, I know I would fall asleep.
Well, like Shaggy says, when the tires cost more than the bike, hell no. We're going to go into another segment right after this break. We're going to be going over to Graystar. We're going to talk a little tech for you guys. And then after that, we're going to go to J-Man and talk about some bike stuff out there as far as Royal Enfield and all that. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Don't forget July 30th through June 30th through July 2nd. A lot of us creators are going to be up at the Iowa Freedom Rally. It's going to be a badass time. I know some independent riders are going to be up there. Hopefully all of us are. I know some of the guys from the round table will be there. It's just a big ass party and a lot of fun. Graystar, what we got for tech today?
Man, first off, that little segment you just played, I'm longing for summer now, dude.
Already?
Man.
A-Beta of Iowa, they got their own land.
Yeah.
A lot of good people are there. It's awesome because it makes it feel like it's an old school event where you don't have the fucking cops handing out tickets for, titties showing. You don't have to paint over your tits. So it's one of them old ass biker parties, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
You're going to find us a place with shade, right?
I know I got a place for shade. Fuck all you guys.
Hey, there's more of us than you, man.
Well, I'm going to be bringing I'm getting an enclosed trailer for the studio so we to do some shows. I know Black Dragon's bringing his RV with his studio in there. It's just going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully we to get live out of there. It just depends on internet and stuff. Regardless.
You better have a big old satellite dish on top of that trailer.
Well, a day before the rally, a bunch of us are getting together, do some camping and stuff, and riding out there together. So hopefully, Danny, you to ride with us up there if you're to come.
Yeah, if I can, I'm definitely going to do that.
Rock on. Graystar, what kind of tech do we got for these people? And you know what? It's funny. I always used to bitch about having a radio on a bike because I was never used to it. Now that I have them intercom systems, I love having the radio on. That way I don't have to hear China Doll's mouth the whole time. But,
There's nothing
Hey, don't
like-
worry. If you ride with me, bro, I promise you'll have plenty of radio to listen to.
There you go.
But I play mainly all hip hop, so you might not like it.
Yeah. I was gonna say there ain't nothing like jamming some Iron Maiden on the road, dude. Just saying.
rock on.
Yeah, nobody likes really riding with me because my stereo system's pretty loud and yeah, if it's like a group of like 10 of us riding, ain't nobody gonna hear their radio. Just turn your shit off.
Hey, if it's too short, I'm down with it. It's all good.
Rock it.
Right. I play a little
What
bit
do
of
you got?
everything, really.
What kind of tech you got for us?
Heck, man, I was looking at some stuff over the week on the internet, and I came across this thing called helmet lock, and it's basically a carabiner, but it has a lock on it with a combination lock. So when you're out cruising around, you go bar hopping or whatever, take your helmet off, put it on your bike and walk in. Hell, you take a chance every time you're doing that to get it stolen. This way, you just put it around, lock it around your handlebars, you're good to go. Nobody can steal your helmet.
I think that's real important now, especially when helmets are, you're getting them virtual helmets where you got the HUD systems. You're talking thousands of dollars at that point right there.
Exactly. You got $1,000 helmet. You can go
Even if
bar
it costs
hopping.
you, even if it costs you $200. I mean, come on.
Fuck that. I wear a
the
Nazi
best thing
helmet.
about the best thing about this helmet lock system I found, it's $32, man. So you know you're
If I'm paying over $1,000 for a damn helmet,
you're gonna
that
spring
damn
for that
helmet's either going to go
$32.
in with me or it's going to get locked up in my damn bag.
Gonna walk around wearing that motherfucker.
Damn right. I swear to God.
Right?
I'm just saying.
Speaking of pets,
You could buy this little $30 thing, man, and have some peace of mind. That's
Yeah,
all.
so I have somebody come over with a little $30 pick lock too.
It's a combination lock. So,
Right.
Okay,
that's even easier.
$20 bolt cutters.
I got an old beat up ass Nazi
Why y'all
helmet. I
why
just put
y'all
that on my bars. Ain't nobody taking it.
Why y'all shooting the messenger? You asked for some.
Because you shut down my paint.
I didn't really think a combination lock was a tech conversation, but whatever.
Well, let's talk about this as far as is concerned. Let's take it from helmets to what kind of theft devices that might help you from getting your bike ripped off.
Okay.
There isn't one. If they want
Bullshit.
to take your bike.
No. I will say I did have my bike stolen. I had one bike stolen. It was fucking sweet ass 2014 Street Bob, fucking, ape hangers and every damn thing. Motherfucker didn't have. I went outside, unlocked the damn thing, boom, gone. Not even fucking 30 minutes, man. It was sitting right there on my porch. But after that,
2 poles and 2 guys, man. 4
just hear me
guys.
out. Somebody was watching my fucking house. But after that, I went out and bought wheel locks for my next bike. The kind you get from HD. They put them on your brake. You put them on your damn brake disc.
Hey, those are cool until you come out of the bar and forget about that lock, and then it fucks your whole night up. I'm just telling you,
dude, that's why they got a strap on there for your handlebar. You see that fucking long ass string?
Bro, I drug my front wheel for a minute one day. I was like, "What's going on, dude? What the hell?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I got the lock on, dummy."
There ain't a lock out there that'll keep you from totally
man.
your bike. Like,
No.
Two long poles and 4 guys. Your bike is gone in about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But what about the GPS?
Also, I've heard.
What about GPS?
Allegedly.
Yeah, trackers.
Yeah, the GPS to track.
Yeah, you can buy them too, cheap.
Yep, you could also take them off and throw them in the river cheap.
Well,
if you
know,
Well,
man.
You know what's messed up? I had no idea there was a GPS tracker for a Harley. Now I want one.
Yeah, you don't even have to go through Harley to get them, man. You can buy them. You can buy them offline and then program right on your phone.
There's probably 100 companies out there that sell them now.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get one because I don't care about calling the police. I just want to know who got my bike and where it's at.
Yep, I looked into those too.
I want my bike back.
If you find where your bike's at, you don't need the police. Just saying.
Well, somebody may need it, but
J-Man wants to say something. Go ahead, J-Man. We're stepping all over.
Contact your insurance company, and they will get you in touch with who can give you GPS, and you can find your bike.
Actually, don't they give you a discount for that now?
I would imagine so, yeah.
they probably do, yeah. I think I've heard of it now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, something like yours, Danny, you're going to want it. You're going to want a GPS on yours, but you got to make sure you hide it good enough where they can't tell where it's at.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Well, you got to put it somewhere hard, like under the fairing. That way they can't get to it easy, like under the seat.
Yeah, true, yeah.
You put it under your
like
fairing,
underneath the radio or something like that, bury it in the gauges or something, yeah. That's a good idea, actually. I think I'm going to look into that. That's my biggest fear, man. My biggest fear is coming out of a hotel room one morning, and my shit ain't in the parking lot, dude. I'll wig. I'll lose my shit.
Where you gonna be at next?
What's that? What?
Where you gonna be at next, brother?
Yeah, you don't have that GPS on there yet, homie. Where you at?
At a disclosed location.
Well, let's go around the round table, Bedlam. What kind of advice would you get if people are at rallies and stuff? Because there's bikes that get missed at the rallies.
Man, I don't know what rally you go to, but I usually when I usually, whatever group I'm with, we always park our bikes together.
Right.
Okay? That way we all know where they're at. We all put our bikes on lockdown, and that's it. You know? We don't separate our bikes from everybody else's. You know, we keep them all together.
Yeah,
that way you can't, if they got to steal one, they got to try to steal them all and then try to move them to get your bike.
This is the I don't want to get involved generation now, man. People won't. They
True.
won't even, you know.
Yeah.
True. Somebody fuck with your bike and won't even care.
Well, I mean, you got so many people at these events. Nobody.
I haven't had that. I have not had that problem with any of the big, a couple of the big rallies that I've been to, because usually the rallies I go to are campground rallies.
Right. Well, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's the difference, and it's on private property stuff. So
guaranteed, people will go to Daytona or Sturgis or the other big.
That's a whole different thing because you're talking the street,
they
man.
steal a whole trailer full of big wheel baggers in Daytona and Sturgis.
Yep.
They had that scenario happen a few years ago up here at Fast Eddie's restaurant. Okay, they had before they introduced. Well, before they introduced motorcycle parking over there, everybody used to park their bikes where the cars parked. Okay, they had a trailer show up. Everybody's bike got taken. I mean, it was a full flatbed. Every one of those bikes on that lot got picked up, and they rolled off with them. And all these guys come out, bikes gone, pissed off, like crazy.
Now they're all in Europe.
They probably made it look like it was an impoundment.
Right.
Well, I don't know about that, but after that scenario, the other side of the restaurant area, they ended up making it a motorcycle parking area, and they put concrete barricades all the way around, and then ended up putting cameras up to where you can't get your bike taken now out of there.
That's cool.
Well, Danny, let's go to Danny real quick. You mentioned motels or hotels coming up, worrying about that. I remember the old trick, man. We used to pull them into the motel. But
yeah, if you can, I will. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. I've gotten a little older now. I'm a little more bougie. I go to the nice hotels now. You know what I'm saying? I go to the nice hotels, man, not the Indian ones. So I can't pull my shit in the hotel room like I used to.
Right. I think having a device on there, at least a visual one, takes the thief's mind off of it because it is too much work. So they go on to the next that they don't think that it's too hard. What do you think of that, man?
More old school bikes are getting taken now because of technology.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't Harley Bedlam come with the security system, the new ones?
You have to. That has to be added in.
Yeah, mine's got it. Mine's got an alarm and everything that actually chirps and everything.
Yeah, see on the 14s, I didn't get it on my 14. You have to have that requested on the older ones.
How much that cost? $1,500.
I have no idea, man. All I know is it was. I have a little chirp. That was it. That was added in. And that was all. That was just added in the package.
Well, now they have alarms where it actually beeps you on your phone if somebody's messing with your bike.
Yeah.
But see, they also got since they got the fobs with the Harley too. If you ain't got the fob with the Harley within 3 feet, your engine shuts down. It won't even turn over.
Yeah, that HD Vibe did a video about that chirping thing.
Yeah, but like I said, if you ain't got that fob, the key fob,
right?
Okay, near the bike within 3 feet. Yeah, the bike won't even try to turn over. It just shut itself down.
I've had a lot of guys make fun of me because when I get off my bike, the first thing I do is chirp, chirp, and they're all, "Oh, you stupid alarm!" And I'm like, "Hey, at least it's gonna make some noise, make somebody look over there and be like, what's that guy doing?"
What's going
on? As far as that key fob goes, if you know the code to most of the Harleys, and you're like a Harley tech, and you've got those codes memorized, you can steal any of them. Because all you got to do is type in the code and ride off.
Allegedly. Yes.
Allegedly. See, I changed my code. Because you can go in and change your code, Jay, man. And it's like a 9-digit code. It's a 9-digit code, man.
You damn sure better hope your battery don't die. or ask me how I know.
You change it out once a year, and you won't have to.
All right, well, we're going to go to a 30-second break. We're going to come back with J-Man's segment. We're going to talk a little more about bikes, man. Add the Insane Throttle TV app on Roku now. Get content not seen on our other platforms. No censorship, no PC, only biker fun and entertainment. It's hardcore. Again, go over to Roku TV and add the Insane Throttle TV app now. Okay, man. We're gonna go over to J-Man right now, and we're gonna. What's up, J-Man? Go for it, man.
I don't want to talk about the Sportster Harley Davidson crap, but I don't want to talk about the Pan America. None of that crap. We got the.
Well, why'd you have to mention it?
I like the Pan America.
These guys all wanted me to talk about the Sportster, and I don't want to talk about the Sportster.
Well, what do you got?
Grown-ups.
Moto Guzzi is coming out with their V73 100th anniversary Stone and Special Edition. It's a 650, 700 cc range bike that it's awesome. You know Moto Guzzi, how they got the like BMW motors.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome bike. Also, Austin Martin is coming out with a new sports bike. It's going to be able to compete with the BMW S1000 RR. That's going to be an exciting thing for MotoGP in the next couple of years. KTM, they're getting rid of the 701. You know, they've done away with that because they've got so many in that range of naked bikes that the new biker is going after. Polaris, we can talk about that. Polaris and Zero Motorcycles are getting together, and they're making UTVs and the off-road motorcycles soon to be out in 2022.
So, J-Man,
go ahead.
Is the Aston Martin going to be on the next James Bond movie?
More than likely, I would imagine. Come on, man.
Go ahead, J-Man.
Well, let's talk about this electric bike. What do you guys think about the Polaris going with Zero Motorcycles?
Well, I think that's the future, if we like it or not. Give it 50 years, we're going to be dead anyway, thank God.
Amen.
Hey, I'll be 100. I'll be 100. I don't want to be dead.
Right now, I think Europe, most of the Middle East and stuff, I think that's where they're going because of their EPA laws. But I also think that's why Harley's having such a hard time competing in a world market. They pulled out of India because of all the EPAs and shit like that. But I already know everybody on here is like, screw an electric bike, this, that, and this. I would like to test ride the live wire for Harley because I just hear it's fun. But I have to say something here. You guys are gonna get all pissed off. If they had the infrastructure for electric motorcycles, better battery capacity, because Zero, I think they got to pack you to go 350 miles on electric.
That's more than you could go on a gas tank on a sporty.
Right. And I'd like to see
it's a lot more mileage than I get, that's for sure. I only get like 120 miles of a fucking gallon to a tank.
Right. But I'd actually like to see more. And I know a lot of us old guys be like, screw that, I always want my gas. But if it saves money, especially in the Biden economic time, it's kind of cool. Bedlam, what do you think? Let's go around the table.
Enough said,
electric. All right. Yeah, 50 years, they'll be great to have around if they can do 300, 400 miles, great. If you get on a full charge. But, right, what are they getting now?
you got to go overnight on the. That's what I mean. They got to get better batteries and infrastructure.
Yeah, but what exactly are they getting now?
Livewire gets around 110 to 115 miles. If you
So after somebody, so I'm on my bike that gets 200 miles. And I'm passing your ass up while you're sitting on the roadside.
They're not made for touring.
But that's okay. Well, then it's an urban bike. Then that's all it is.
Well,
it's
when the infrastructure, like Hollywood says, when the infrastructure is there, then there'll be baggers. There'll be more mileage.
No, because look at the way the society is going. You could look at everything crashing, everybody moving to the inner cities to get everything. I get the way, and then it's just gonna be like one of those damn sci-fi movies, man, where everybody's living in a dome.
Where are people moving to the inner cities? They're moving away from the inner cities, and the Rubs are buying everything up.
Exactly.
Right. What do you think? What do you think, Danny, about everything in the future, electric? I know we don't have to like it, but that's the direction everything's going in with EPA. Especially look at California; their rules are just stupid. The exhaust rules and stuff. With the government's pushing this kind of stuff, what are you thinking about the evolution of the electric bike in the coming years?
I'm going to go with a hard pass. And Graystar!
Graystar, you're
up. Man, you just can't duplicate the rumble of a fucking American motorcycle. You just can't. The live wire, it doesn't rumble. You're going to get a female on the back of your bike. Hold on, honey.
It's not a panty dropper.
You're not buying it. You're not.
It doesn't drop panties, man.
I'm with you, man. Hard pass, J-Man.
You're not buying the damn thing for the rumble, man. Come on.
What about
Yeah, let's be honest. For one, if anybody's buying a fucking live wire, they're not interested in a rumble. I doubt they're worried about panties dropping. And that's not their thing. You know what I'm saying? They're in for the clean environment, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna hate on nobody for that, but yeah, I mean, they're not looking for any of that. You know what I mean?
Right. What about India? Now that's a huge market, and Harley Davidson pulled out of it, and Royal Enfield has taken over. What's up on the Royal Enfields?
Royal Enfield has got a new 650 twin out. It's a retro style. It's a beautiful bike. India has dumped all kinds of money into them, and pretty much that's where they're made now, is in India. India also has dumped a bunch of money into BSA, and they've revamped BSA. They've come out with the Gold Star in 2022. It'll be a 650. It's a retro style bike too. It does have all the modern electronics on it and fuel injection. So, you'll get all the modern conveniences with the old style look. It looks like a 70s style bike to me.
So like a cafe racer type.
Yes,
style, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
It's a beautiful bike.
Now we're going to go to Danny Delo's segment, and that we're going to be talking about radio, speakers, all that good stuff. I just came up with that segment for you, Danny, because I know that's what
Hey, I swear to God, I'm actually glad you came up with this segment for me. I'm sitting here like, I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about, bro. I have no idea.
What about, no, this would be a good segment for you because you know it. You customize your bike around your system. What kind of, we can do what kind of products are out there. What's the best wattage to run on these stuff? So go ahead and take it.
You know what? There's a lot of different products out there, and unfortunately, a lot of the guys that are in the sound system world, they seem to pretty much think that the speaker isn't worth a shit unless you're paying $800 for it. You know what I mean? Like they're all about price. They think that that's quality because it's really expensive. But I bought some of these speakers before and I blew them up right away. I think the up and coming speaker for me personally are the speakers I just put in my bike, and so far, I'm really happy with them. I went with DS18 speakers, and I went with the pros. I did two 6.5 Pro DS18s in the front, and then two 6x9s in the back, and it only cost me like, I want to say it was under like $400 or something like that, and the quality is great, the sound is good. I'm running, I don't know, about 800 watts altogether, and they keep taking it, and they're not even barely getting pushed. So it's to each their own. You know, most of the guys that get into the sound world, they're not doing. It's like we were talking about earlier. They don't build their big wheel baggers. They pay somebody to do it for them.
Right.
Same with the sound system shit. Guys ain't really doing it themselves. They take it to. I'm not even going to advertise for this freaking guy, but they take it to certain guys, you know, and they have them do their sound system, and then they pull up like, hey, cool, and they just spent 15 G's for about, you know, $1,200. They could have had a louder system or the same thing, but they spent 15 G's with this guy to have him build it. So it's to each his own. But personally, me, you know, cheaper isn't always better, obviously, but the most expensive thing on the market isn't always better either.
Well,
You know, that's just my personal opinion.
Hey,
I got a question, D.
What's
If I
up?
may.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead, J man. I'll go after.
Somebody go first. Shit.
Doesn't MTX make a 6x9 1,000-watt bike speaker that's waterproof?
I think they do. I've never been a big MTX fan. A lot of people like to go with like Diamond Audio. They like to go with PRVs, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
dude.
those are, you know, some of them speakers can be like $500, you know, for a set of speakers. And I'm not going to say what brand because I don't want to diss them publicly, but I had a brand that I paid about $950 for my whole system, and I blew it in probably 2 months. And
Well, who cares?
a lot of guys will try to say, "Oh, you didn't have it hooked up right, and you didn't do that." Motherfucker, I've been doing this shit for a long time. Don't even try it. You know, it's just garbage ass audio equipment. You know,
Yeah.
Well, what's the
it don't
brand? So
take power.
what's the brand so people don't do it?
To be really honest with you, I fucking forget the brand. To be really honest with you, one of them was Diamond Audio.
I hope it wasn't
or,
MTX.
No, it wasn't MTX. I've never really ran MTX. One of them was Diamond Audio. The other one was Scar Audio. Complete garbage, fucking junk. Like I said, it was Diamond Audio, and then I want to say there was DDs too or something like that. That were complete garbage to me too. Like the sound quality wasn't even there. So that's just the three of them that I can think of. But there was one in particular. But yeah, I forget.
How do you mount your amplifiers? Do you open up the fairings and put the amp inside the fairing?
Yeah, I actually. So I have a what is it? Precision Power, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a Precision.
How do you keep
Yeah, I
that
think it's a
fucking
Precision
thing from
Power.
sliding around, man?
So you can do all kinds of things. You can put Velcro underneath it so that it sticks to the top of your radio. If it's
Okay.
a small enough amp that fits up in there, you can do. You can zip tie it. I mean, there's all kinds of things. You know, normally what I do is I like the Velcro, but I'll still zip tie it so that it stays in place and it don't shake around too bad, just to keep it there. Because I've had sometimes the Velcro or the sticker come off,
Right.
and then it'll slide forward, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, your system ain't working right, and you're like, damn, man, I blew my speakers, and then you open it up, and it ain't nothing but like an RCA jack that just needs to be plugged back in, you know?
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's what I usually do with it. Well, you can put them in your tour pack, you can put them in your saddlebag. The bike that we were talking about earlier, the Cholo bike I had, I was running 2 amps in there because I had over 1,000 watts in that one, and I had 2 amps like built up on a board, and I had that sunk in my saddlebag. So I mean, you can put it pretty much anywhere as long as you get the smaller ones.
Right.
So if somebody's got a stock bike with a stock system and they want to upgrade to something that booms, what process should they take to figure out what they need, how to do it? if they're not good with electronics, take it to somebody that's a professional at it.
Well, yeah, if they don't know what you're doing, take it to a professional, I guess. I hate to say that, but I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing.
Well-
If you're going to do it yourself, personally, I really would give DS18 a check out. And I'm by no means sponsored by them guys, but I'm just telling you what I have in my bike that I'm pretty happy with. And you can put, any kind of decent amp, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to do a decent system on your bike that is loud and sounds good, you can probably get away with doing it for probably around $1,000 if you're doing it yourself.
Right.
If you're having somebody else do it, you got to be really careful with who you take your shit to, because I do sound systems on bikes for a living as well. And I've had bikes come to me where somebody like my big wheel Road King that I had, that came out of Milwaukee, and supposedly the guys did the sound system on that, and it was some of the jankiest work I ever saw. The wiring wasn't soldered, wires were all over the place, shit wasn't tuned right at all.
There's a lot of hack
Like,
jobs.
yeah, you got, and it gets me too, because it's like, damn, how are these people even in fucking business? But when you don't know about audio or anything, you just assume it's done professional because you paid to have it done, and it sounds good.
That's the problem with having these rallies, going to the rallies and having those places do them, because you're not there watching them. You don't know they're doing it right, for one. Yeah, it might sound good as you pull out the lot, but as soon as they pull up their spikes and they're gone, it sounds like shit. What do you do then?
Yeah.
How do you? What should people look at for in somebody who's an installer?
Personally,
somebody else who's recommended them.
I'm not, because not everybody that recommends know what they're talking about. Personally, I want to walk up in the shop and I want to see a build that they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and if you ain't got a build that you're doing, then you're not that busy. So that tells me you're not that good. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a build that you're doing, that they're doing, and you walk in, I want to, hey man, can I go check that bike out? I want to check that wiring out, see how it looks, stuff like that. What kind of stuff that they're using, if they're using, good equipment. You walk in and they got, they got a big wheel bagger in there, and they got like a Jensen amp, you know what I'm saying, and some Pioneer 6.5s in there. I'm walking back out like I'm, and I'm probably going to talk shit on the way out the door too. I've done it. So there's a guy, there's a guy. He's actually located in Burlington, Wisconsin, and as much of a dick the guy can be sometimes, he's kind of arrogant in my opinion. But I tell you what, he does amazing sound work, and the name brand is actually called Sounds with a Z, and the guy's name is Tim. And he does awesome. I mean, just the most quality work I've ever saw. He's very, very serious about his work. And I mean, it's probably pricey. It's pretty pricey fucking with him. But I tell you what, you'll get your system done right, and it'll be very loud, and it'll sound good and clear. And you don't have to worry about it blowing up. What's that?
I said, so are you recommending him?
I do recommend him. Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, hey man, listen, I don't have to like you, but your work speaks for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
I mean, there's been plenty of shops that I've messed with where I'm like, yeah, the owner, I'd like to punch him square in his fucking mouth, but you know what? He does me right, and he does good work. So, I mean, what do you really have to say at the end of the day? Who cares if you like him or not?
You could say the same for mechanics as well, not just sound.
Yeah, it goes across the board.
I was just going to say, I may be an asshole, but I still got plenty of customers.
yeah, exactly, man.
What do you think is behind the craze of the big sound systems in bikes, man? I remember 80s, 90s when they first came out in cars and stuff. But what's this big push to get the biggest sound system in a
honestly
bike?
It's the same people, all of us that grew up having Caprices with 412s in the back of the trunk and shit and big wheels, or the Tupac Billups back in the day, 30s and Vogues. It's all of us OG gangsters that grew up in that era, that now we got into the bike scene and we're like, damn man, I like that big wheel, I like that big sound system, you know what I mean? Like, So it's a lot of them. And then you got the new kids that, you know, they just follow the leader and they're like, oh, that's cool. I want to do it. You know, I'd like to know what these younger guys are doing for a fucking living personally, because
I was just going to say some of us have to spend money on something.
Dude, I've seen some of these kids, man. They're like 25 years old, dude, and they've never rode a motorcycle in their life, and all of a sudden they got $150,000 badass big wheel bagger, and I'm like, what the fuck do you do for a living, dude? Like, man, put me on game, bro. You know what I mean?
I deal in Bitcoin.
They're on TikTok.
Hey, man, whatever works, shit, whatever pays the bills.
Hey, Bedlam, I think your worst nightmare is going to come true because we got the sound systems now. But in the old days, we used to put PlayStations in the fucking car and stuff like that. So what do you think, Bedlam? You think PlayStations are next? Drink a beer, Bedlam. Your mic's off. Drink. Your mic's off.
There is guys that got PlayStations on their bikes. I've seen TV screens and stuff.
Yeah, they got TV screens. I've seen porno flicks being watched going down the road, man.
I don't know what the hell
I used to
cars
do
you
that in
guys
my van
had,
back in the day.
Dude, we rode around in cutlasses, man. What the hell you guys
Fuck yeah,
talking?
man. Hell yeah.
Man,
that's the crazy part with me, man. I'm at that weird age where, like, I grew up with both. Like, we were cruising around in, you know, in big body Caprices, you know, G-body wagons and Malibus and cutlasses. But then the new school stuff kind of came in too. So I like got a little bit of both, really.
Yeah.
So I like the old school choppers. I like the Cholo Softails, you know, but I also like the big wheel baggers too and stuff, you know. And mine, that's why my bike is kind of like a mixture of both. You got the performance. I've got not a big wheel, but I run a 21, so it's a little bigger. It's not the stock. You know, I run a little bit of everything where it's a mixture of everything, you know.
You got a low profile tire on it?
What's that?
I said, do you have a low profile tire?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
we got to get somebody on here.
You got to run a low pro on it.
We got to get somebody on here who knows how to bag a bike, man. You know, get into that. I got to get somebody on there. You know, low rider bikes, man, knows how to bag and all that shit. That'd be fun.
Oh, I've done that before. My big wheel Road King had airbags on it.
Oh yeah,
I had the center stand and it would lay right down. If you look on my YouTube channel when you guys are bored, go all the way down to the first video I ever posted, and I actually got a video where it snowed like a motherfucker one year, and I called it this is how cholos plow snow. Like literally in my garage, I drop it all the way down to the floor.
I've seen that.
And I shoveled snow in the driveway, then started the bike back up and pulled it back forward.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, yeah. Yeah, so I've done air ride too. I've done dirty air. I've done I think it's JR was one of them too. It's a really good brand.
Now,
I did Legend, but I don't suggest Legend at all.
Now, as far as air rides, I had one on the Street Glide that I got. Okay. Didn't even make it 6 months. Whoever put it on now after I got into the bike and started looking at everything, they put a cheap ass compressor on it.
Oh, okay. They did like an eBay built one.
Yeah,
they did that. They did that eBay built one for like $250. Yeah, that garbage.
Yeah, it was dude. The compressor was an Air Max, and it was only like $75. And then, not to mention, the tubing wasn't tight through the shocks on the ass end, so it kept leaking no matter how much you tried to fix it. Now, you know how hard it is riding down, and you're trying to air that motherfucker up and bottom out.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. A lot of guys do that little 250 kit, like, oh, bro, it's only 250. Actually, one of my brothers I was just talking to earlier, he's like, man, dude, just get that 250 kit, man. And I'm like, dude, all the money I got on my bike, I ain't fucking with no garbage, man. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like,
it sounds like one of those pumps you pump up your car tire with.
It is. It really is.
That's how the Road King was that I had.
Yeah, all that stuff got ripped right out the bike,
man. It used to suck, dude. We'd come out of the bar, and God forbid if, you know, something just happened in the bar and we got to roll, I'm getting caught, dude, because I'm sitting there trying to air this stupid fucking thing up, and everybody's standing there like, "You ready, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, I'm ready." Like, dude, it was dumb. It got to the point like when we pull up to a bar. Yeah, we pull up to a bar, and it was one of them situations where like we pull up, and it's like, yeah, we don't really know what we walking into. I wouldn't even air it down. Fuck all that cool guy shit. Leave it aired up. Just put the kickstand down. You know, just in case we got to roll up out of here, man. Because you get caught real quick.
Real quick. Yep.
We're coming up on an hour and a half. We're gonna cut her off. If you guys want, I'll be in our Discord channel and general chat if you want to chat a little bit. I know some of the other guys will be in there. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the new format. It was a good show. I really enjoyed the show. Everybody had their little thing to bring, and we'll work on getting our guest out there earlier. That way you guys know who we're having. We want to thank Paulie from Bagger Syndicate Cycle.
Thanks, Paulie.
Right on, Paulie.
Rock and roll.
I
want my damn Bedlam hat.
Want my D-Lo hat, bro. Nah, dude's
right,
brutal, man. I like what he does.
In about a half hour, I'll be over there. If you guys want to join in our Discord server, get on over there. We'll have some fun. But we're outie. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
All right, guys.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, take it easy.